All right. So, hello everyone. So, it is January 3rd, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Destiny Download, a daily cosmic reset for mind, body, and spirit. I am Sinta Danu. I am a professional psychic and astrologer. And so today we're going to go through this a little bit quickly. So, first we're going to do the astrological attunement, and we're going to attune to where the stars and planets are right now. And then we're going to do a realignment reading and a quick overview of the planetary aspects that we're going to experience tomorrow. So you might notice that you're feeling particularly sensitive today because the moon is in Pisces. Conjunct Venus at that. So our values are really popping up and may even be getting triggered and having some triggering emotions around this time due to the inconjunction to Mars currently. So if you're feeling a little bit extra sensitive, don't feel bad. You're not the only one. Especially if you are a psychic, empath, spiritual person in general, you're likely to be more sensitive during the moon in Pisces in general. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through this astrological attunement. So we're going to tune into that energy of Pisces and Venus with the moon and Pisces, or the moon and Venus in Pisces currently. So we're going to walk through that and ground that energy in really nicely and go from there. All right. So first I'm going to have you close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths. So you're going to breathe in and out and in and out, in and out. All right, so first I want you to imagine that at the bottom of your feet, you're going to see roots growing from the bottom of your feet deep into the earth, right? It's going to go deep, deep down to the core of the earth and wrap around that metal core of the earth, right? And any anxiety, any stagnant energy, any negative energy, any energy that doesn't belong to you, any energy that needs to go and needs to be released right now from your aura, from your body, from your chakras, we're all going to let that come down through the body, leaving the head and the throat and the chest, through the stomach, down through the hips, down into the legs, down into the feet, and then out through the bottom of the feet into the root system that we have visualized. And we're going to feel all that energy and see that energy going through the roots deep into the core of the earth where it can be transformed. And once it's down there, you might see any number of things to represent this transmutation, transformation of this energy. You could see flames, feathers, fairy dust, whatever feels right in this moment. See that energy transformed into a neutral state again. And because it is the moon in Pisces, we're going to really pull up a lot of that grounded energy, because it's a very emotional time right now. So we're going to pull up from the core of the earth. We're going to pull up that beautiful earth energy up through our root system, into our feet, up through the legs. We're going to fill that root chakra with that sense of security and groundedness. And we're going to bring it up into the sacral chakra and fill it up with that beautiful feeling of connection and support. And then we're going to bring it up into the solar plexus and feel that grounded energy coming into the solar plexus, filling us with a sense of confidence, right? And then we're going to feel that energy come up even higher into the heart chakra and feeling that fill up with the ability to receive and to give, feeling that nurturing relationship between you and the earth. And then we're going to bring that energy up into the throat chakra, being able to speak about our needs and communicate with the earth, ourselves, and others, right? And we're going to pull that grounded energy up into the third eye, giving us clear and stable vision up through to the crown chakra, filling that with our ability to not only connect to the earth, but to bring our dreams and our connection to spirit and the spirit world down into a grounded, practical relationship. And we're going to feel that energy go all the way up into the sky, up to where the stars are, up through all dimensions. And we're going to see that tie around at the top. So now we are grounded all the way up from the earth into the stars. And now we're going to pull down some of that star energy, right? So I want you to visualize the energy of Pisces. So this is going to be very spiritual, very connected, that sense of oneness, compassion, depth, and just deep imagination, creativity, tapping into the subconscious, all those deep, beautiful things. You may see a deep ocean and lots of sea creatures, maybe mermaids. And I want you to visualize that very deep spiritual energy of Pisces. Maybe it's a deep, dark ocean blue, right? And we're going to bring that energy down through our chakras. So we're going to feel it enter in through the crown chakra, right? Connecting us to spirit and our spirituality and our subconscious mind. And then we're going to feel it coming down into the third eye chakra in the center of the forehead, and it's going to fill up and bring to us that imagination, those visions, those messages, all of that information, and the ability to see and imagine clearly and communicate with spirit through clairvoyance, right? And then we're going to bring that energy into the throat chakra, right? Which is going to give us the ability to communicate our creative ideas, our emotional bonds and depths, and our connection to spirit in a positive way. And then we're going to feel that Pisces energy coming deeper into the heart space, and we're going to feel the heart space and the heart chakra fill up with these feelings of awe and beauty that come with being connected to God and spirit and our imagination and our subconscious and our deeper self, right? And then we're going to feel that energy going even lower into the solar plexus, filling us up there, filling us with this sense of confidence in our imagination and our spiritual connection. And then we're going to feel that energy going further down into the sacral chakra. All right, filling us with that sense of joy and pleasure that we get from creating and connecting to ourselves, others, and spirit. And then we're going to feel that deep Pisces energy enter the root chakra, grounding all that beautiful, imaginative, sweet, connective energy of Pisces deep into the root chakra, feeling safe enough to experience our imagination, right? And our relationship with spirit. And then we're going to ground that energy into the earth. So we're going to push that energy through our root system deep into the center of the earth and seeing it anchor there as well, so that we are anchoring all that beautiful, spiritual, loving Pisces energy deep into the earth. Now with this, I'm also going to have you guys bring down some of that Venus energy. So I want you to imagine in the skies above your head that Venus Pisces combo, right? The energy of love and connection and beauty and really valuing spiritual connection and divinity and our imagination and creativity and all of that, right? Those feelings of love and beauty and appreciation. And I want you to feel that coming down through the crown chakra, through the third eye, through the throat chakra, through the heart chakra, through the solar plexus, through the sacral chakra, through the root chakra, and going through the legs into the feet and grounding through that root system and grounding those beautiful feelings of love that Venus and Pisces represents, and grounding that deep into the center of the earth. And I want you to take one more deep breath in and out. And feel that connection. Feel what it feels like to be tethered between all worlds. Feel what it feels like to be connected to the deepest core of the earth. And also simultaneously connected to the highest point in the stars and the highest dimensions. To be a clear channel for celestial energies. Grounding yourself in the energies of the stars in this current time and space. And I want you to open your eyes. Okay, so now we are grounded in that beautiful Moon and Venus Pisces energy. So if you're sensitive, I get it. There's a lot going on in the stars right now. But we're really grounding in that beautiful spiritual energy and our ability to connect as one. So next I'm going to do a little bit of a realignment reading to see anything that we need to address today in order to realign and to stay in alignment. So let me pull some cards for us today. I'm just shuffling. Tuning into that beautiful energy today. What is it we need to know, Spirit, in order to align and realign with our higher purpose today? Alright. What is it we need to know, Spirit, to realign with our higher purpose today? Ooh, we're getting some pretty interesting cards coming out already. All right, 111. Okay, so I'm getting the sense that you are in a place of beginning, being a new beginner, maybe lacking some skills that you really need at this time. But that's okay. It's great to be in a beginner's mind, to realize that you're coming to something without any preconceived judgments, or allowing yourself to be in that space, right? Where maybe you did learn something before, or you're learning something new, and allowing yourself to be a beginner and let yourself learn and not criticize and judge yourself for that. So I definitely get the sense that you're in a place of beginnings where you're trying to learn something new, and you need to give yourself grace and allow yourself to experience something without those preconceived judgments, without those belief systems getting in the way of you actually learning and experiencing this for yourself. What's working for you is you've already dealt with some really hard things. You've already met disaster, been through hard times, maybe serious trauma, maybe a really difficult relationship, but you've already experienced some pretty tough things, it seems like, in the past, and you have kind of moved on from those things. So even though the past was really difficult and very painful, you've been able to move forward and to step into new places in your life where you are not necessarily currently in danger, but you know what it's like to be in danger and how difficult that can be. What's not working for you is you're a beginner, and you might actually have some clarity on where you're going with this, but you're definitely still a beginner. There's a lot to be learned here. There's a lot happening in your consciousness and your ability to really conceive and plan this new idea. And you need to give yourself grace for being at the beginning. That's what's so hard right now, is you're just starting this new journey. So don't judge yourself so harshly. So currently, yeah, even though you may have some of a plan, you're also not really currently planning, or not having a lot of clarity on it currently. And this could be due to those traumas or difficulties from before, where you've maybe taken on some belief systems that are clouding your ability to see your path forward right now. Yeah, and okay, so even though you've left these really painful situations that you went through that were really dangerous and really kind of kept you stuck, even though you have exited those situations, you're still trapped internally, right? Like, you're living in your own internal prison, like a prison of your own making that's made by your own mind. Even though you were able to exit this difficult situation, there are things that have remained behind that are keeping you trapped and really reaching your full potential. And you have the ability to free yourself and to change this, so don't despair. It's just bringing awareness to that there are some belief systems that you need to work through in order to gain that freedom and influence and all the things that you're looking to manifest in the physical world. You first must free your mind. Okay, and so in the past, things weren't moving quickly. Things were moving really slowly. They may not have been moving or progressing at all, but you felt very stuck and you felt very suppressed. And you may have had a lot of passion and fire, but it was being like suppressed by yourself or others. And just very stagnant energy, not really able to move forward, not a lot of connection, not a lot of movement in general. And your next step, what you need to do now, is you need to focus on tying up those loose ends. There are things that you have left undone in regards to the past that you need to address before you can truly move forward. And a lot of this is probably to do with this mindset and getting clarity around the things that have happened to you and the belief systems that you've taken on that no longer serve you. Interesting. You're afraid of kind of cutting people off, being emotionally distant, separating yourself from other people, not taking risks with other people. Like, you're afraid of like being too cold, too distant, and not really able to connect with people. Let's see. And the influence of people in your life right now is there's a lot of movement for you to get things started, to start this new beginning, to have this powerful new beginning for yourself. A lot of this is being influenced by the people around you. Now, this could be one of two things or both of them at the same time. It could be that you have people that are really supporting you in your growth and independence and pushing you to pursue these goals. Or you could have a lot of people very much restricting you and oppressing you or suppressing you. And because of that, you're feeling the need to assert yourself and to gain independence. Or it could be both. It could be a combination of the two, depending on the people in your life. And it looks like the result of your thoughts and actions is you're going to get really in tune with who you are on a spiritual level. You're going to be able to have very clear communication between you and spirit because you're learning to listen to your intuition and stepping into your personal power, especially your spiritual, feminine power at this time. And you're going to break these cycles. You've been stuck in these karmic cycles. You felt very trapped intellectually, emotionally, deep down in your subconscious for a very long time. You're going to be able to step out of that. The end result of all of this is listening to your intuition and breaking free of these karmic cycles. So this is very positive. You're moving in the right direction. And there unfortunately might be some situations where justice hasn't been served in regards to things from the past. But you're no longer allowing these things to control you and create obstacles in your life because you're stepping into your personal power. So that's super positive. So yeah, I definitely feel like the big message here is take some time to review and reflect on the past and these things that have kept you feeling trapped internally and free yourself emotionally, free your mind. And this will allow you to break out of these karmic cycles you've been stuck in for some time. All right. So let's look at the astrology. So currently the chart is on today, but we're going to look into the future a little bit. So you can see the moon is conjunct Venus currently and in conjunct Mars. So there's definitely some stirring up of conflict here a little bit. Definitely people being really emotional, etc. But let's take a look at tomorrow, starting at 12 a.m. So the first thing is that the moon is coming into conjunct Saturn. It hasn't fully reached it at midnight, but it will. Within a few hours at least. It's going to take at least a few hours. Probably more, so let's see. And first, so before that, so the moon is going to square Jupiter, right? So the moon's going to come to 12 degrees Pisces and square Jupiter in Gemini around 6 a.m. tomorrow. So this is big feelings, right? Lots of feelings. This could be having some kind of conflict that's like emotionally distressing between you and someone who is maybe religious or a cultural figure to you. So there could be some potential conflict here between you and someone else over like spiritual and religious beliefs. Especially because Saturn is also involved, and it will come to conjunct Saturn about 4 hours later. So there's definitely this whole setup between the moon, Saturn, and Jupiter is definitely likely to trigger issues over spirituality, over culture, over imagination, over your belief systems, and having to deal with like authority figures, feeling kind of like oppressed or depressed in some way. So definitely some kind of heavy energy starting out in the morning, between 6 to 10 a.m. This is going to be kind of heavy. It is making a nice sextile to the sun, however, which gives us some opportunities to shine and bring awareness to situations in our reality in a structured manner, and also to our belief systems and subconscious limitations due to Saturn and Pisces. So there's some nice opportunity here as well, even though it is difficult. So let's see. Next it's probably going to hit Black Moon Lilith is what I'm guessing is. I mean, it will make this little semi-sextile Chiron, which is some opportunities for healing around 6 p.m., which is nice, of course. However, we're going to get to that in conjunction to Black Moon Lilith right around 10 p.m. So later in the night, there might be some stirring of rebellion, especially in relationships that make us feel oppressed in some way or that are unfair. So definitely some rebellious nature stirring with this, especially because it is also starting to make a sextile to Uranus, which will get closer throughout the night and coming into a square with Mercury. So feelings of rebelliousness, being able to maybe break free out of some subconscious patterns here. But definitely maybe some tension in the mind, especially if we have like any like dogmatic beliefs or beliefs from our culture or religion that are kind of like holding us back in some way. There might be some issues that come up with that in the night. So, but this rebelliousness is definitely going to hit about 10 p.m. You'll still be feeling it into the next early morning hours as well. So, one, be gentle with yourself and others in the morning tomorrow, because, between 6 and 10, that square to Jupiter, conjunct Saturn, is going to be kind of tense. There could definitely be some issues over authority, structure, reality, religion, some definite tension between us and authority figures or religious figures in our lives could definitely flare up at that time. And for the most part, like, there's not a lot going on throughout the day until we get to the in conjunction to Lilith around 10 p.m. So there's not likely to be a ton of excitement unless it's hitting some significant points in your chart as it's going along. But there definitely will be feelings of like rebelliousness and stepping into that dark feminine energy in our relationships, and that creating an imbalance with our internal emotional world and our spirituality around 10 p.m. tomorrow night. All right, so that's what's going on today. And today I'm keeping this a little bit short, but definitely check out the comment section, the description, because I do have some really amazing opportunities and links for you to check out. So we have a free webinar coming up called Astrology for Spiritual Growth and Manifestation, so you can sign up for that. We also have the newsletter, which if you sign up for, I do a free entry to a free raffle every month. So the longer you're on the newsletter, the more likely you are to win a free reading. There's also, of course, the Astrology Basics course if you're interested in learning more about astrology yourself. There is, of course, always, if you need more personal one-on-one guidance, you can schedule a reading with me. I will be doing the Wolf Moon Market that Chronix Art does on the 11th. So I'm going to be there doing in-person readings for my event pricing, which is much cheaper than my normal pricing. And then, of course, always check out your free birth chart. If you haven't got your free birth chart yet, definitely check out the link and get a free birth chart so you can start to see how the stars are affecting you personally. And you can always check out my video on YouTube on how to read your birth chart, the signs and symbols to how to get started with reading that, so you can follow along during the daily destiny download. But that's the daily destiny download for today. Thank you for coming, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock on Facebook Live. Bye.